Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to try another review of a kit, but this one came from Amazon and I have it right here. This one is a little bit different than the ones I've done previously because this one is a square and it was advertised as a rug. So I want to try it out and see if it's any good, if Amazon kits are worth spending your money on, and if it's fun. I will pop a clip here of me showing you the listing, the one that I purchased, how much it costs and everything. So let's unbox this and see if the supplies are good, if the quality is good, and if it's what they said it was, and if it's actually fun. I will pop a clip here of me showing you the listing, the one that I purchased, how much it costs and everything. So let's unbox this and see if the supplies are good, if the quality is good, and if it's what they said it was. Okay, so it looks like this came with this almost looks like a laver, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, needle, but it looks a little bit different, so it might just be similar. Comes with a pair of snips, it comes with a threader, it comes with a little needle threader as well, and a needle, and then a small needle. So that's really cool. And then we have our color guide. That's really helpful. This is what the end product will look like, hopefully. We have a vacuum sealed pack of all of the materials. Oh well. Nova's down here stepping on some paper. So we have the vacuum packed package of yarn. So that's nice. Looks like we have our instruction manual. That's really cool if you don't know how to do it. This is a great guide to go off of. They usually provide it in pretty much every kit that you get because they're usually tailored towards beginners. And then last but not least, we have our canvas, which already has a little backing pad with it, so that's really nice. So we can actually finish off our rug when we're done with it. And then they have the canvas, which has printed the colors on it, which is very helpful if you're a beginner to know what colors to use where and you don't get lost. So that's really nice. It looks like it's good quality monk's cloth. It's a little loose. I would prefer it to be a little bit tighter, but I could unstable it, but that would be a hassle, so I'm just going to work with what they give me. So this might take me a couple of days, so if you see an outfit change, I apologize. So I'm excited to get started, and let's get to it. Alright, let's get started. And bear with me, I'm going to be using a gimbal box to keep my piece upright so it's easier to see for you guys and a little bit easier for me to work as well. I'm also going to exclusively be using the materials that came with the kit. I'm not going to be using any of my own, so I will let you know how everything works, if it's worth it, or if you should maybe use your own materials. So let's get to it. I think I want to start with, let's go ahead and do the large green. So that's going to be the darker green. There's so much plastic on these. It feels like the material is a little bit delicate. I'm not sure how high quality it is. It looks a little thin in places. I'm not sure that this needle is the right size, but we will find out as we go. So let's start by threading the needle. And if you don't already know, I like to thread it through the tiny hole first and then push it down the tube of the needle. That saves me a step. And I'm going to thread in my yarn and pull it through. This might be a good size. I doubt they would send us the wrong size needle. All right, Now let's begin. So far, it feels like it's going smoothly. The needle isn't causing any issues. The thread seems to be threading pretty good. Looks like I'm getting fairly even loops. Let's check the back of it, see how we're doing there. They're looking pretty uniform, not too bad. Remember to keep your needle facing the direction that you're working, with the yarn trailing behind the needle. I kind of wish that it was making larger loops so that it would be a little bit more fluffy, because then I might consider tufting it, which basically means cutting all of the loops and makes it very fuzzy. If you're able to, I highly recommend turning your piece instead of trying to work at an awkward angle for you. It will make your life much easier. And always, always, always keep plenty of yarn free and loose so that it doesn't start pulling out your thread. Your yarn, I'm sorry. I always call it thread, I don't know why. I guess it's my scrunchy sewing. I only ever used thread. Also keep in mind, never lift your needle too far off of the working project, or else you'll get really loose loops and they're more likely to be able to be pulled apart and you will lose the integrity of your work. Like that one was pretty loose. I'm gonna take it out and try again. This is popping out so fast because there's not enough tension in the fabric. So it's springing back down and taking my needle too high up. So I don't have too much control, so that's one thing I would say is not the best so far. If you take it slower, it doesn't do it as much, but if you're more experienced, taking it slow might be a little bit more frustrating than anything. There we go. If you just hold pressure yourself, it's much easier. You get a much more even line with your yarn. Ooh, I do not want to stab my table. Jamie might not be too happy with that. Yeah, holding it is working way better. It's breaking a lot of threads, even though it really should be just sliding through. Definitely feels like it's snapping. It's a very sharp tip, so please be careful if you have young kids around. Be sure to put your materials up when you're not working with them. And if you're clumsy like me, please be careful not to stab yourself. Yeah, even if I try to wiggle it in, it's still popping. That could just be the thickness of the needle. But I feel like I'm breaking threads, which is not ideal, because then if you have to take your thread out and then go back over it again, it would be harder for the material to hold on to your loops. They would slide out a little bit easier. And remember, always when you're finished with your work, to push it all the way in for your last time, and then grab it right as it comes out so you can hold that string in place. And then snip right at the end to make it blend in. All right, let's see what this looks like. That's not too bad. Once we fill it in, it'll look a lot better, but that's actually pretty good. For an Amazon kit, I'm pleased so far. I'm going to go ahead and trim off our little starting string. These are good snips too. Okay, I am actually going to take a break. My hand hurts. So I will pick this up in just a moment for you, but maybe in the morning for me. So see you then. All right, it is a new day, several days later actually. And we are going to continue with this Amazon rug punch needle kit. So I'm probably just going to finish off the green that we had started, and then we'll see where we move on from there. So let's get started. So I am actually trying to keep my needle as close to the first row as possible, so that there are no open gaps and you can't see through my stitches. I don't want to go through the other line already. I just want to get as close as possible. So I apologize for the shadow. I am in my office now and the lighting is just a little bit different. So I'm doing the best I can with what I have. I'm also going to work in smaller sections, so I'm going to finish off this stem here and then fill out the bottom part and then move on to maybe each leaf after that. That way I'm not getting too overwhelmed by the sheer mass of everything that I'm trying to do at once. Okay, so I have come to the end of my thread. I think that worked out quite perfectly to fill out the rest of the bottom section down here. So I'm going to pull it out, get my handy dandy snips, and clip that off. So this is what we are working with so far. I think it's looking pretty good. And this is the back side. Yeah. Doing pretty good. And if you see any parts that are a little bit wonky, sticking up just a little bit too high, like I see a spot right here, you can always just go in and trim that and it blends right in. Okay, I'm going to fill out the rest of this and then the leaves, and then we will move on to the next color. So that was kind of a nightmare. With this fabric not being very tight, it makes it more difficult to actually get my needle through easily. It doesn't slide like butter. It slides like I'm trying to poke it through a rock. Not that bad. It is a little bit annoying though. It's also a little bulky to try to hold it and get a good grip on it to be able to push and keep the fabric taut, and so I'm a little bit frustrated with this. So I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna finish it, but I'm gonna take a break and come back to it in a little while. It might be tonight, it might be in a couple of more days. We'll see how tolerant I feel. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I am back. I have changed things around a bit, so maybe the lighting will be a little bit better. I've had a snack. So let's try and tackle at least the leaf tonight. Hopefully get this piece finished up soon, because it is a little bit annoying. I won't lie. So far, my review is not great. Not that great. Not currently wanting to recommend to anyone. Okay, so, well, first off, I was doing it from the wrong side, but secondly, I don't think I'm gonna finish this. I think that the frustration that I'm going through with the fabric not being very tight at all, it's just not worth the hassle for me to continue to have to put so much force behind every punch to get the thread or get the yarn through. I can't imagine doing this entire thing. I think I'll lose my mind. So that leaves me with the verdict of, I don't like this kit. I don't recommend this kit. If I had to give it, you know, a review, I would probably give it maybe a 2 out of 5 stars. The design was nice, and the quality of some of the materials, not all of the materials, like the needle is extremely sharp. Let me grab my other needle and show you the difference between this needle and one of my Lavor, I don't know. Bear with me because I can't pronounce things. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, so this is the needle that comes in the kit. It's quite sharp. This is a Lavor needle. Honestly, I'm just gonna say it whatever way. Do you see the difference in sharpness in these two? So this one is going to potentially break threads as it goes through, and this one, it's very smooth, very rounded off, so it's just going to push aside the material and slide in, which is much more comfortable for the hand. Plus it's adjustable, so you would get to choose your length of loop, so you could have, you know, longer or shorter, whatever you would want. And this is the Lavor, and it comes in, this is the 5.5, so it's quite large. It comes in a 4.5 and a fine. So it's good for a variety of things. I would try it with this and try to finish it, but again, it's not necessarily the materials or anything like that that's the problem. It's genuinely just the canvas, and I'm not about to unstaple this and redo it, so I'm just gonna call it quits. I don't like not finishing a project, but at this point, I just don't think I have it in me. So Amazon kit, you have failed me. So I was actually really looking forward to doing a rug because I have big plans to make myself a rug. I'm currently working on a Winnie the Pooh rug, so stay tuned for that. That was going to be for my sister's sister-in-law. She's having a baby, and this is gonna go in their nursery. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a large round rug, but my big goals and dreams are to create a very large, maybe like a 4x6 rug. And so I kind of wanted to get a little bit of practice with making a rug, putting a backing on it, seeing how that would work. But this guy is just not it. So with that said, I'm going to end the video here. If there are any kits on Amazon or on Etsy that you would like me to review, just send me a comment, send me a link at my email, fabledcrafter@gmail.com. I would be more than happy to buy them, test them out for you guys. This is one of my favorite, most relaxing hobbies. So if there is, again, one on Amazon for sure that you want to check the quality of, just let me know. I will take the plunge and I will do it and let you guys know. And I will be brutally honest, because I wouldn't want to receive a kit that was highly rated and then come to find out I get something like this. So with that said, I'm going to end the video here. Please subscribe if you're enjoying this kind of content. I will be putting out a video probably twice a week. I'm thinking maybe Sundays and Wednesdays. And if you like thrifting videos, go check out my thrifting channel. It's Fabled Thrifting. I go thrifting and I post 3 to 5 times a week over there. We have a lot of fun. Hit the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a video, and hit that like button because it helps so much. All right, I will stop rambling and let you get on with your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.